What is up, guys, and welcome to episode 3 of Game Focus. As always, I'm joined by Platty, and straight away, I'm going to ask you, Platty, what have you been playing?
Right, I've been playing 2 games in the past week. They are The Walking Dead: A Lost Frontier and Little Nightmares.
Walking Dead: The Lost Frontier being Series 3, I believe?
I believe so,
of the
yeah.
Telltale games.
Yeah.
So we'll start with that one then. What did you think of that?
I actually enjoyed it. Like, the basis of it, you're basically a family. The main character is Javier. That's who you play as.
So you don't play as Clementine?
You know, she's actually been, she's a side character in this one. It's
Oh,
quite surprising. I thought she would be a main character.
Can I just add a quick point to this? I played the first 2 series, and then for some reason just checked out hard on Walking Dead, and so I haven't touched this. I
Right.
just want to put that in there just so you know, everyone else knows listening. So yeah, as you were, sorry, carry on.
Okay. Yeah, like, I like this game because obviously it's more about, you know, the family of, well, this family, like, of Javier. And so it's Javier, Kate, who's David's wife. No, yeah, David's wife. And then you got the 2 kids. And basically you go around protecting them pretty much.
Right.
But and then at the end you go to a gang called A New Frontier.
Oh, hence the title of the thing.
Yeah.
So, is it like the entire time you're journeying trying to find your family? Like, that's the whole purpose of this premise. You try to find the rest of your family.
Well, originally you're with your family. Then you do
Right.
eventually get split up, and then you do try and find them.
Okay, and then that's sort of the goal of the series, is to find
Yeah.
your family.
And then Clementine randomly finds you, and then she comes with you and whatnot.
Right. So you don't play as her at all. She's just like a side
No,
character.
yeah,
like
she's
she
a
was in
side
the first series.
Yeah, she's a side character, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I suppose taking it somewhere new and fresh while also having some of the old in there.
Yeah, well, the good thing about this game as well, like in each episode, it has flashbacks as
Oh,
well.
right,
It's
okay.
not just like, you know, the current time. It's like back, but just when the outbreak happens, and then like before it as well, where better context in that episode.
Now, this is a Telltale game.
Mhm.
Is it as buggy as other Telltale games that we've played?
Well, I would say so. Like, there's a lot of slowdown. Like, the FPS does drop a lot. Like, yeah, because obviously it's with the new engine now. You know, originally premiered with
Wow,
Batman.
so it's a new engine and it's still bad.
Yeah,
The problem is, I think they're getting to the point now where they can't keep doing that. They have to make these games work perfectly, or no one's going to play them.
yeah. Like,
Like,
I enjoyed it,
touched-
but just the game just ran awful.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why I've not played that. I've barely played the Guardians of the Galaxy one.
Mhm.
They're just the game bad. They're not good. They're good games, but they run horribly.
Yeah.
And it's
I
kind of
didn't
getting to the point
actually-
now where it's like I can't put up with this.
I didn't actually mind Guardians of the Galaxy. That ran fine for me personally. But like this one didn't run that great.
No.
Even with boost mode on the Pro, because obviously there was a bug where it just like kept flashing like white.
Yeah.
So that was strange. But yeah, that must be a glitch.
Weird thing.
Hmm.
So would you recommend this series to people who are into that sort of game?
I definitely would. And like there's a thing at the ending, like there's going to be a season 4.
Is it as good as Series 1, Series 2?
I would say it's better than Series 2 because I think like obviously it's not just like I said the focus on the family and whatnot. Like the characters are better than Series 2.
That's what
Yeah.
you need in a game. Like,
Yeah.
You need the characters to be spot on.
Mhm.
Like, half the characters in Series 2 I don't even remember.
Yeah. Well, it's because most of them just like you just
They
win
throw
for
away
a
characters, don't
yeah
they?
yeah. I think there's too many in that series in Series 2.
So you've been playing Walking Dead.
Mhm.
What was the second game you've been playing?
It was Little Nightmares.
Little Nightmares. Now
Yeah.
this is it's kind of a smaller indie title, I believe.
It is, yeah.
I can't remember the publisher's. The publisher's Bandai Namco. I can't remember the developer's name.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
Tarsia, something like that.
It
Tarsia.
might be, yeah.
I've also played this game. What did you think of it?
I enjoyed it. Like it's a good little 4 hour game.
Yeah. You see, you played it different to me, didn't you? You played it all in one sitting.
Yeah.
Whereas I played it in I did each chapter a different day. So for me, it felt like it took way longer than 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was quite short for me, but like I said, it's a good little experience.
I just wish there were a little bit more to it.
But you said there's DLC coming out.
There is
didn't you?
DLC coming, yeah, but that means you're going to have to pay more.
Yeah. So you mean
And
from the
with the
base
bit-
price?
It gets to a point, it starts off quite slow and methodical, and then as you go through the game, it gets quicker and quicker and quicker.
Yeah, like you're running away from things. Yeah.
But the game it's really creepy. Like if you were to play this in a dark room with like headphones on or something, it'd be really like creepy atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely. But hence the name Little Nightmares, I suppose.
Some of the actual enemies give me actual chills.
Yeah.
The really creepy looking little things.
Yeah.
So have you got anything else to add to Little Nightmares?
Not really. No.
Okay then.
Enjoyable.
I'll go into what I've been playing then. I'm going to start off with a game called Get Even. This game came out of nowhere. I just picked it up on a whim. I was just in the shop and I saw it. Thought I'm going to get that. It was brilliant. I mean, it's a solid 7 or an 8 because it has some jank and it looks horrible. Like visually, it is a disgusting looking game.
Right.
It's like PS3 generation.
Right.
But it's such a story-focused game. It's kind of like, these, I don't know how to say it, walking simulators.
Right, okay.
It's kind of like one of them, except there's a little bit of gunplay in it. So it's kind of like a walking simulator meets a stealth action game. It's really weird. I can't quite explain it.
Right.
But it's such a heavy focus on the story. All your actions have consequences. So it's like there's little like characters you'll bump into, and if you do, you've got like a couple of different ways to interact with that character, and it impacts your effect on the story. And so when you get to the end, it shows you all your choices.
So you can go back and then do the different choices.
Well, it's not as much in that as there's different endings, and like you can see how what you've done like creates the ending you get. Right.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
I don't really want to go into the story side of it because obviously that's why you're playing this game. To spoil any of it is, it's a shame.
Yeah. Because
the game is so damn weird. Like, it's one of those games where at the start you ain't got a clue what's happening, but by the end you're like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Okay.
So I definitely, that's worth a punt if you're into those sort of games.
Is that currently on sale on the Xbox One?
On the Xbox One, it's $16.70, I think, on sale.
Right.
I'm not sure about Steam sale, and I believe it's £25 on PlayStation.
Right, on the PlayStation Network.
Yes. So next is a game that it was in beta. I think it came out of beta as of when this podcast launches yesterday, so the 30th of June. It's Marvel Heroes Omega on the PlayStation 4. I believe it's come to the Xbox as well. This game is, if you've ever played X-Men Legends or Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 or 2, it's kind of in the same style of that. It's sort of a free-to-play Diablo-esque game. You've got, your loot, your characters to level up, and all that stuff. And what I like about it is, to start off with, because it's a free-to-play game, obviously they want you to use microtransactions.
Do you buy the characters and stuff?
You buy the characters, but you can play every single character up to level 10. And so you can get a feel for which one you like.
Oh, that's a good idea, that, then.
And they give you enough credits to buy one character.
Right.
With the exception of free characters. Because every character, I think, is 525... I think they're called sprinters or something like that, they call them. The credits.
Mm-hmm.
Every character except 6. There's 3 characters that are less than that. And then there's 3 characters that are more than that. The 3 characters that are less are obviously the less popular characters.
Yeah.
Whereas the 3 characters that are more are the 3 most popular characters in Rocket Raccoon, which it didn't bother me that much.
Yeah.
Spider-Man and Wolverine, which is kind of I wasn't a fan of that when I saw that they were more expensive.
I was going to say, I bet everyone would probably want those too.
I'm not so bad myself because I play as 4. I love 4.
Yeah, you love your 4.
It was like instantly to 4 buying him. I've got him up to like level 34.
Nice.
It's I think the max level 60, and then obviously you can prestige him back down to nothing, and you get like a loot crate box type thing.
Right. Is this a single player game or is it multiplayer or?
Well, it's kind of an MMO, kinda.
Right.
I think on PC it's more of an MMO, but there's like on this one you've got like hub worlds where loads of players can jump in and you can all work together.
Mm-hmm.
It's got split screen co-op if you've just got a local friend.
Right.
And then I think you can party up with 3 other people, so obviously it's 4 players in the end.
Ah, that's good then. Yeah.
If you like the old Marvel Ultimate Alliance games or kind of like a Diablo type games, I think you'd really dig this. Especially because it's free. You can just check it out for no money spent. You can. I think I've spent £3 on it so far, which I was just wanting to check out, the loot box type systems.
Yeah, well, that's not bad, like putting a few pound in.
That's what I thought. I got this game for free. I've enjoyed it for 5 hours. I don't mind popping a little bit of money into it.
Yeah.
And I got my 2 loot boxes. I opened them. I actually got a legendary skin in one of the first boxes I opened, which was pretty cool. Which I suspect they do on purpose, so you keep going. Like,
keep going more, yeah.
I'm going to buy more.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was a character I don't use, but maybe I'll check them out down the road.
You just wait for that 4 legendary skin.
Yeah. But yeah, this game's definitely for nothing, for free. If you're into those type of games, I'd definitely check it out. It's definitely worth a punt.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my final game is... I haven't played a lot on this, because it's sort of, as of recording this, it came the same day. That's Crash Insane Trilogy. I played... Is it the first island on the first game, the entire one? So that's what, 9, 10 levels?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
My God. It's exactly how I remember this game. It feels exactly the same, and how it plays.
Well, that's good that they've got the same feel as the classic games.
The levels look identical. They've not really changed much other than the graphics of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy. It's just nostalgia. I mean, I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm guessing we'll go into it more detailed next week because we'll probably put a lot more time into it. Yeah. But wow, honestly, this game, spectacular. So up next, we're going to go into the news, but there's not a lot of news. I think it's just one particular story, so it shouldn't take us too long, and that is the release of the Snes Classic. Now, the NES Classic was crazy. It basically went in stock and out of stock within minutes, and these things were on eBay for ridiculous prices. And so naturally, Nintendo brought out a SNES Classic, and the same things happened. Before we get into that, I need to say there's 2 controls of it this time instead of 1. I believe, is the wire longer on these ones?
Yeah, it's 5 feet longer, I believe.
So the wire's a lot longer, because that was one of the complaints with the first one, because the wire was too short, you had to sit really close.
Yeah, I'll buy an extension.
It comes with 21 games. These games are Contra Free, Donkey Kong Country, Earthbound, Final Fantasy 3, F-Zero, Kirby Superstar, Kirby's Dream Course, Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, Mega Man X, Secret of Mana, Star Fox, Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting, now that's a tile, Super Castlevania 4, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario RPG. Oh wow, I didn't know that was on it. Just reading it off, that's cool.
Yep.
Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Super Punch-Out, Yoshi Island, and the one big game that's got everyone talking, Star Fox 2. Why has it got everyone talking, Ply?
Because it's actually unreleased.
How crazy is that? All these years later, they're finally releasing this game. I mean, people have played it in the past. It's not like it's a brand new, unplayed game.
Well, it was an early version what got leaked on the internet, like a ROM file.
Oh, so this is going to be a lot more complete.
So this is the final version.
It's crazy, though, that they've decided to release this so many years later.
Yeah.
I did not see this coming.
Well, apparently they cancelled it 95% into it. But apparently they said to the developer to just finish the game, even though it got cancelled, just to finish it. And then obviously they've just kept it in the basement and whatnot till now.
Now, it's not got as many games as a NES Classic, has it?
No, because I originally had 30.
But I believe the quality is here in a lot of these games.
Yeah, but it is a shame like the likes of like Chrono Trigger's not on here.
Yeah, that's the big one that a lot of people are quite upset about.
Because apparently I was trending on Twitter just after the announcement of the SNES Classic.
People are never happy. But yeah, there's some great games on there, really is. Link to the Past, Star Fox 2, we think, Earthbound. Some really solid games on there.
Donkey Kong Country.
Is that your favourite pick?
Yeah, out of all that list, yeah. But I do want to check out Super Mario RPG, though.
So, yeah, that was just reading this list off. I'd not seen that list. I thought, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Where's that come from?
Well, I think that originally, like, the only place it came to Virtual Console was on the Wii U. Like, they eventually got it back because it was published by Square Enix.
Yeah. The stock issues are kind of worrying again. We're seeing the same trend that we had last time.
Yeah.
So that's not good. And I believe you said they've produced as many as they did in the entire cycle of the NES Classic, which is...
Well, this is only in the UK, though. So, I don't know about America, because obviously, I don't know if you want to say, but obviously we've got different versions this time, because the SNES was different in America than it was over here in Europe.
Yeah, the
So
consoles are slightly different, aren't they?
Yeah, so I don't know if they'll do different stock for different countries this time.
Maybe. Is there anything else that I've missed from that story that we need to add to it?
The price has gone up. It is £70 instead of 50 like the NES Classic was.
The price, that's a good pick. Forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's $79.99 in America, and is it $69.99 over here? Pounds?
It is, but some retailers are charging £80 or £85, unfortunately.
Ludicrous.
But if you do want to pre-order, I believe you can pre-order in Game or Smith's Toys, but you have to put a £50 deposit down for it.
That's bananas. Why is that? That's crazy.
Imagine it's to make sure like you do actually get it.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
That is bananas. So that's, I believe, it. There's nothing else we need to add to that story.
Nope.
So I thought, because the news was quite light, I thought we'd do something a bit fun this time, and it'll continue to next week as well. We're going to go through every single console, from the original Game Boy right up until the Switch, and we're going to pick our favourite games from them. We're going to do the first half this week, and we'll end on the Gamecube, and then next week we'll pick up on the DS and end on the Switch. So first up, we're going to go with the Game Boy. Now, this was my first ever games console, I believe. Or, not games console, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
This was such a difficult pick, because it was like, you had Pokemon Red, Tetris of all games, all these little classic games like that. But I think ultimately the one I've had to come down to is Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. This game was amazing when I was a kid. I don't think I ever beat it, because games were tough as nails back then.
But it's just fun to play.
It was a lot of fun to play. I think I got like 3 of the 6 coins, and then I never really progressed much further.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird actually, this one, because it had Wario as the villain as opposed to Bowser. Now normally you'd expect Bowser to be a villain in a Mario game.
Maybe they changed it for the portable side, because obviously this
Yeah.
was the first handheld from Nintendo.
Yeah, quite possibly. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a real solid. Like, that was also probably my first introduction to Mario as well. Not just games itself, but Mario.
Yeah.
I think the first game I played on the Game Boy was Pokemon Red, but then obviously down the road I got Super Mario.
Yeah.
So what would your favourite game be for Game Boy?
I'm going to have to say Pokemon Blue.
Pokemon Blue. That Pokemon Red was going to be mine potentially, but I think I've got a better Pokemon game coming in later on.
Later on, yeah.
So Pokemon Red. What do we have to say about Pokemon Red?
Well, Blue for me, but yeah.
Oh, Blue. Sorry, yeah, Blue.
Yeah. Obviously, it was just like cool, just like getting that game, like slotting it in, and then just going out, and then because you go to the forest first, don't you? And it says watch out, and you just go down, and you just like see these 3 Pokeballs, and it's just like, which one should you pick? And you just see these little 3 creatures. I guess the creatures, is that what they're called? I guess I know the Pokemon, but
Yeah, I think so.
yeah,
And this was at like peak Pokemon crazy, wasn't it?
yeah, because obviously these were the first versions of the game.
This sort of ushered in the mad Pokemon stage.
Yeah,
Like, everything in my life was Pokemon at that time.
yeah, definitely same.
It was crazy.
The anime, the trading
everywhere.
card game and whatnot.
Yeah, it was everywhere.
Yeah.
Lunchboxes, all sorts.
Yeah.
It was mad. This game was... it was crazy, this game, because it was kind of like my first experience with an open world thing as well.
Yeah.
So that sort of took my my imagination by fancy. Who did you pick as your starter Pokemon?
Squirtle.
Squirtle. Obviously, you got Blue. You had to get Squirtle. Whereas I got Charmander because I got Red.
Yeah.
Poor Bulbasaur.
I think, was it Charmander you had an advantage with on the first gym?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bulbasaur was the weak one, I believe.
Right, okay.
I actually, when I played it back, I picked Bulbasaur. I actually like Bulbasaur a heck of a lot right now.
Did you?
Yeah, it's definitely a turnaround.
Well,
Obviously, when you're a kid, you see the little dinosaur, the little, like, obviously you see Blastoise and Charizard and go, I want that.
Yeah. What I loved about that as well, that you could, like, obviously you had to collect 150 Pokemon, but you could also trade with your friends.
Back then as well, obviously we didn't get access to a million different games like we can nowadays. So we used to get I'm speaking for myself, I used to get my money's worth on that game.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think didn't they have certain Pokemon that was exclusive to like Red or Blue?
Yeah. But I mean,
So you had to do
the amount
trading.
of people who had Pokemon games, it was like you just walk across the street and your mate would have it,
Yeah.
or whatever, something daft like that.
And back in the day, you couldn't do it wirelessly. You had to use
So
a
you had to
link
have your
cable.
little wire. That
Yeah.
was crazy. You had to go to the Pokemon Center and do it. Like, it was amazing.
Yeah, you can't do
Alright.
it. Yeah.
So should we move on to the Mega Drive,
Mhm.
or the Genesis, I believe it's called?
It is in
in
America.
America?
Yes.
Do you want to go first for this one?
Yeah, I can do. So my pick is Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Yeah, that was almost going to be my pick, but I crossed it out in what I went for. What do
Right.
you have to say about Sonic the Hedgehog 2 then?
Well, this was the first game what obviously introduced multiplayer, like a new character called Tails or Miles. I think Miles Tails Power, I believe his
Right.
full title is. So it just obviously just improved from the first game, and then you had the little like 3D stages. You remember them when you used to get the coins? I used to love them, just going around there, just jumping around in the 3D environment, collecting the coins.
I think that Sonic game, Sonic 2, is when I think of Sonic, that is what I think of instantly. Which is why I'm looking forward to Sonic Mania, because it sort of, harkens
brings
back
that
to
that feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. That it's just a classic. You don't think of Mega Drive and Sonic, they are together. Like, that is it.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
With the exception of my game.
What is your game?
Streets of Rage.
Nice.
This game was amazing. As a kid, just running around, just beating people. Well, he didn't run, actually. He walked really slow.
Yeah.
Punching people in the face, eating chickens for some reason. That gave you health back. Picking up, like, pipes and just bashing people. Again, it was another game that I never finished because it was tough as nails. But, wow. It's just one of those classics. You can pick... The crazy thing is, both Sonic and this, you could go to a Sega right now, play them, and the instantly
hold
playable.
up. Yeah.
The hold up, that's what I'm trying to say, yeah. Thank you. They're amazing. Like, if a new Street Fighter came back... Sorry, Streets of Rage was announced for the Switch tomorrow, buy it. Instantly.
Yeah, with HD, because obviously the game was co-op as well, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
So if they
So
brought
that
like
was a lot
HD
of fun.
co-op out, yeah.
Playing it with your mates sat side by side, just absolutely decking people.
Yeah.
So
I used to just love like the jump and kick what you could do.
Yeah. The music as well is glorious.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's an amazing game. I'd recommend playing that one if anyone's got access to it.
I believe it's on Xbox Live and PS3. It's on 3DS as well as a 3D Classic.
I hope it comes to the Switch, I really do.
Virtual console maybe.
I would love to play that game again, because it'd be perfect on the Switch, just wandering around playing that.
Oh, definitely.
So have you got anything to add to the Mega Drive era?
Other shout-outs would be Golden Axe. I don't know if you ever played that
Golden
one.
Axe, yep.
Yeah, that was a great
I
game.
didn't love that as much, but yeah, I remember that.
I just love playing as a little axe dude, just going around and little monsters like
Yeah.
climbing on it and attacking
That was
people.
that was a beat 'em up, wasn't it? Similar to
Streets of Rage, yeah.
yeah, but not as good, obviously. So up next, we mentioned it earlier in the news, the SNES. Now, my game is another timeless classic. This game has come out a million ways. Street Fighter 2. What a classic this game is.
Oh, definitely.
See, I never had a SNES, but I've definitely played Street Fighter 2 on many, many, many different ways.
That has to be one of the most ported games known to man.
Yes. I even remember we went into somewhere and we played the retro version.
Oh,
on
the
an
arcade
old-fashioned
version,
arcade thing,
yeah.
And I kicked your ass.
You did.
It's such a timeless game again. I think you're going to notice that with a lot of these games. You can just replay them over and over and over.
Yeah.
And I think that's the sign of a great game.
Had a great soundtrack as well.
He did. It really did. It's just... When you think of multiplayer, you think of Street Fighter.
Yeah.
If you want to just throw down, it's so much fun.
Especially now that it's out on the Switch, like a HD version of it.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
So, what is your SNES game? Now, you had a lot more experience with the SNES, didn't you? So, I imagine this was a much more difficult pick than mine.
It was definitely, like I was thinking, because obviously I like my platformers.
Yeah.
So, obviously it came down to Super Mario World or Donkey Kong Country. But my pick is going to be Donkey Kong Country.
Not Zelda?
No, not Zelda.
No,
That might be coming up later.
Donkey Kong Country. Like, I've never played this game. I don't even know if I've seen footage of this game.
I still can't believe you haven't played this game. But then again, you played the Wii version? Or was it the Wii U one?
Played is it a 3DS version they brought out?
They did, yeah.
I've played that, and I've played, obviously,
Tropical
the Wii U
Freeze.
one. Yeah, Tropical Freeze.
Yeah. Well, basically just like that. Like, but the good thing is, I just love it. Like the classic bit of it. Obviously, he plays Donkey Kong. Well, he plays Diddy Kong as well because you can swap between them both.
No, it's not like Tropical Freeze where you've got like your second character who helps you out, like you had Daisy Kong. Or not, is it Daisy Kong?
I think so, yeah, and Cranky Kong and whatnot.
You've not got characters like that.
No. Well, they are in the game, but they're more like side characters, like a save point and whatnot. And there's But it's just good platforming game. Like obviously, like with the 3D backgrounds on like the 2D plane.
Why that over Mario? What makes that better than Mario?
I'm gonna say the soundtrack as well. That helps.
The soundtrack. Okay, fair enough. It definitely goes a long way. Just playing Crash Bandicoot, the music, it hits you instantly. It's like, oh my words, I remember this.
Yeah.
So yeah, good soundtrack goes a long way.
And I love the minecart level as well. I just love that level.
Yeah, I remember playing that in Tropical Freeze. That is a classic.
Yeah. Well, there's rumours like in the theme park that's going to be a ride. That's going to be interesting.
That'll be crazy.
Yeah.
So the SNES. Is there any honourable mentions you want to mention?
Well, Super Mario World, of course.
Super Mario World, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay then. Now this is my era. This is where I started getting into games big time. The PS1. I'm going to let you pick your game first, because I want to see what it is.
I'm going to say Resident Evil 2.
Ah, yep, obviously.
I guess you expected that.
Yeah, my game is very, very, very different to Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
So sell me on Resident Evil 2. I mean, I've never played it, but I love it. How weird is that? But you know what I mean?
What you've probably seen of it, though, and obviously you played other Resident Evil games.
I think that's it. I think I've got affinity for the franchise, so therefore that game is included in that.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just the atmosphere and stuff. Like at the start of the game, like you start as Leon Kennedy. It's his first day on the job of being a police officer. So it's not a good day to start the job.
Did you play Resident Evil 1 prior to this, or was this like your first experience?
I've seen the first Resident Evil. I didn't play it.
You didn't? Okay.
No, but physically, I played this one. So you're just going around. Like obviously, you start off in Raccoon City, then you end up at the police station. Just the iconic characters as well. Obviously, the thing about Resident Evil, obviously, the story is not really that good. Like voices and stuff like the voice.
No, they're really cheesy.
Yeah, but I suppose that's just back then.
I always remember the guy at the beginning with the shotgun in the shop.
Oh,
He's
Kendo.
Like, I thought you were a zombie, or whatever he says.
Yeah.
And then I remember the police commissioner who's got that dead woman on his desk. It's like, what has happened here?
Chief Irons it is. Yeah.
Chief Irons, yeah. I always remember those two bits, like, you know, for side characters.
Yeah. Sherry's quite annoyed in it as well. Like that's William.
I imagine she's
Birkin's
like Ashley in Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
Which is never fun.
Mm.
Okay, so my PS1 game is very, very different from Resident Evil. Spyro 2. Ripto's Rage, or as it was known over here, Gateway to Glimmer.
Now, I never played Spyro.
You never played Spyro?
Well, I'll admit, I played about 10 minutes of it. It didn't really interest me, personally.
You see, I actually, as a kid, I preferred Spyro more than Crash Bandicoot. I know that's crazy to say, but it's true.
No, I suppose that used to be the comparison between them two. You used to be a fan of one like more than the other.
I don't know why I liked it so much. I think because it was kind of... You had semi-open world levels, kind of. You know, mini sandbox areas.
Is it because you could fly around, didn't it?
You could fly around.
Yeah.
There was more to explore.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't quite as linear as Crash, I suppose is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
And you had little side objectives, like you had to get the guys who, you know, stolen the eggs and what stupid stuff like that.
Right.
I just remember this game, like, I have such fun. I don't know why I picked 2 over 1. I think it's more because the first one kind of annoyed me. It wasn't quite as refined.
Yeah, well, they would have improved it, obviously, on the sequel. Yeah.
Exactly. They get into the second one and they've just sort of tweaked all the problems and just improved on it. And I remember it more. I remember the villains and, like, specific levels.
Yeah.
It's it was a hard pick, PS1, because it was like the other one I was potentially going to pick was and people are going to say, why didn't you pick this? Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, again, another game I never played.
I think the thing with Metal Gear Solid and Spyro, the only like comparison I can say is the nostalgia factor was playing on Spyro, because I played that one as a kid, whereas Metal Gear I played probably 2-3 years ago.
Right. Okay.
So I have more fond memories of Spyro.
Mm-hmm.
So on next to the Nintendo 64. I have a feeling we're going to have put the same game down here, but I might be wrong, so say yours first.
Super Mario 64.
We have put different games down. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Super Mario 64. Now this game, I never played it as a kid. I played it on, was it 3DS they brought it out on?
It was the original DS. They brought it out at the launch of the
original
original DS.
And even then it seemed like a cool game.
Yeah.
It's, I'll let you talk about it. I don't really know.
Well, obviously we talked about it in the previous episode, like gaming memories, didn't we?
We did actually, yeah, we did.
We did, yeah. But it's just like seeing Mario in 3D for the first ever time. Just seeing like Peach's castle just there.
Exploring is it the paintings you jump into?
Yeah, you jump into different paintings, so you had different worlds.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Just seeing like variations, like you had a snow level where you got to race a penguin, of all things.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
There's definitely some cool stuff in those games. It's one of the better platformers, or 3D platformers, I should say.
Yeah. I don't. Okay. I won't say it holds up like now, but obviously it did back then.
I didn't think it held up that well. I've seen it recently, and it's like that doesn't look great.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it plays too great.
And the camera is awful to control, like because obviously you don't have the 360 camera.
The thing with Mario is it's always got better. I want to say.
Yeah.
They've always like found a new way to, I think that's the thing with like Nintendo games. They always make them different. They never try and copy what they've done before.
Yeah, always try and do something new for the franchise.
Yeah, which is the best way to design games.
Mm-hmm.
So my Nintendo 64 game, I'm sure you can probably guess it. If it's not Mario 64, it's going to be Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Yep.
Now this game again, I didn't play it until whenever the 3DS version came out.
2011, I think it was. Oh no, it's either 2011 or 2012.
This game is almost perfect in every way.
Mm-hmm.
The gameplay is amazing. The story, I mean, the story is not amazing because it's a Zelda game. They're very loose stories, aren't they? As they are in Nintendo games.
Yeah.
But it was just, the atmosphere was there, the environments were there, the characters were there. The
soundtrack was awesome.
Soundtrack was there. It was just so much fun. The first time you get into Hyrule Field and you have your horse and it's like, all right, where do I go? And then you've got, obviously, you meet Ganondorf and it's just amazing. It's just a solid game.
Definitely is. Perfect 10.
If you've got a 3DS, 100% pick that up. It's worth every penny.
Certainly is.
Pokemon Stadium was the other one I was tempted to throw in, but Pokemon Stadium, I don't know, it didn't seem like a full game to me. It was a bit of a weird add-on to the DS game. The
Game Boy games.
The Game Boy games.
That was a good thing what you could do, though. You could play your Game Boy games on the TV.
I remember the first time I did that, I was like, whoa, what is happening right now?
And also you had the little like party games, didn't you, on that game?
Yeah. I actually remember Pokemon Snap a bit better.
I never played that.
Did you? I really enjoyed that game. I got obsessed with it, like try to find every little secret.
Right.
But I think that's just how it was back in the day, because you didn't have, like I said before, you didn't have access to every single game that came out.
Yeah, because obviously you were only a kid, so you didn't have money, so you used to wait for your
parents. If you were
parents.
lucky, you'd get a game every 2-3 months.
Yeah.
So you
play your games longer.
Game as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So up next we've got, this was probably my favourite console as a kid, Game Boy Color. This thing was, if it wasn't in my hands playing it, it was in my pocket ready to be played. Now, my favourite game for this, the reason why I didn't put Pokemon Red on the Game Boy was because Pokemon Silver on the Game Boy Color was far superior in every single way. You had the whole Silver game, and then when you finished that, you could get on a boat and sail all the way to the original game's map and go through all those trials again, which was crazy.
That's just what, like, it was a water who programmed that? Like, that guy is just, like, a legend for that.
Super genius.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I mean, yeah, some of the new Pokemon were a bit dud, but some of them were brilliant. Like, some of them are some of the best Pokemon I've seen.
Yeah.
But it was such a great game. Like, Lugia, the cover star, I think was my favourite Pokemon.
I think he was the cover star on the Pokemon 2000 movie.
Yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we went into Pokemon Silver before, so I'm going to pass it over to you. What's your favourite Game Boy Color game?
Now, I was thinking of doing the Pokemon games, but I did actually prefer Pokemon Blue. I don't know why, I just did. So, my games was either going to be Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. What's very surprising for a movie title.
No, I believe I played that as well. I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, or it was going to be Mario Tennis. I'm going to go with Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Was this the one where you could explore Hogwarts?
It was more of a side scroller, it wasn't side scroller. Yeah, it was more side scroller. You could explore because you start off in what's the area called before? Like when he goes Diagon Alley? Yeah, you went there. But like the combat was like turn-based strategy, so a bit like Pokemon and whatnot. Do you not remember that?
I think I had it on PS1 now you started mentioning it.
Right, okay. Yeah, it was more of a turn-based style. So you got all your equipment and you ended up going on
cool.
Yeah.
I've never expected to hear the words turn-based and Harry Potter in the same discussion.
Yeah, so it used to be like that. You used to have your characters, like you had Harry and obviously Ron and Hermione later on in the game.
It makes so much sense, though, doesn't it? Like dueling.
Yeah. So you used to, but it's weird though, because I remember in the alley, you just used to face like rats and stuff.
Yeah.
And like obviously
I might have done that. I think I got it for the second one actually.
Oh, a Chamber of Secrets.
Chamber of Secrets, yeah, I think so.
Right. Yeah, but I just remember this like just lovely, and then you went on because I remember you went on the boat to Hogwarts, and obviously you just went through like I think it's like the underground of Hogwarts and whatnot, and then like I said, facing all different creatures and whatnot.
And obviously,
I never finished it though.
No, I don't think I finished many games back then.
Yeah.
Like we said before, this was like when Pokemon was crazy. This was when Harry Potter was at its top peak of its craze.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was on about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So obviously you had that extra factor into it.
Mhm.
So the Game Boy Color, which I used to love that machine. I played so many games on like Game Boy.
Yeah. Which version did you get? Like color, like handheld?
Purple.
Mine was green. I still actually have mine. I don't know if you still have yours.
I have no idea where it is. I wish I had it.
Yeah. The little magnifying glass.
Yeah. Classic accessory.
Yeah.
So up next is a machine that I never really touched. A Dreamcast. I don't know. It never came into contact with me at all.
The first online console.
It's crazy. It was ahead of its time, I believe, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
So I'll let you jump into Dreamcast first, because my game's a little bit wishy-washy.
Right, okay. So my pick is Sonic Adventure 2.
So is that the one where you could sort of explore the cities? It was a bit more open.
I would say that was Sonic Adventure 1.
Was that okay?
Yeah. Like, for me personally, I never played the first Sonic Adventure game. So the second was the first one I saw Sonic in 3D.
Right.
So I just love it. Like, at the start of it, you just get out of a plane, and then you just go sliding down, like, the city. And the music to that, like, City Escape, I believe it's called.
Like the big San Francisco sort of
Yeah,
style hills.
Yeah, you're just sliding down on the traffic on the road. Like, you can just knock cars out and stuff like that. But it's just like in the pace, like it definitely got the fastness of Sonic as well when you're running and stuff like that. But you could play as Knuckles as well. That's where I got stuck on the game actually. Well, you could play as Tails as well. But like go on.
Sorry, go on. Did you own a Dreamcast?
I did.
You did.
Yeah, I still actually own my Dreamcast. It's actually under my bed.
That must have been a weird conversation trying to explain to someone why you needed a Dreamcast.
Yeah, but I don't think I actually got it like as soon as it came out. It might have been when it got discontinued.
Oh, right, okay.
So obviously it was a lot cheaper back then, but got the games. There were some PS1 games, but I went back to like Spider-Man, etc. and stuff like that.
Yeah. It had a lot of PS1 games on it, I believe, didn't it? There was a lot of crossover.
Yeah, but obviously it'll look better because obviously it was part of the PS2 generation and whatnot.
So I, like I said, didn't really play the Dreamcast at all, ever. I don't even think I've held the controller. So my game is, I believe I played it on must be PS1 or PS2 or something like that, and that's Crazy Taxi. Now, Crazy Taxi is a solid game. Like, I still believe you can play that to this day.
Yeah.
And it'd be a lot of fun. The only other choice I was tempted was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, which is another classic, because I believe both came out on the Mega Drive. The Dreamcast.
Yeah, it did.
It's still the Dreamcast barely exists to me.
Yeah.
People say Dreamcast, I say what? See, I don't really want to jump into this, but Crazy Taxi is a solid game. Like, I kind of hope they remake it for the Switch. I'd love that. It'd be perfect on the Switch. Just popping on for 20 minutes, just going mad on
Picking people up and obviously doing crazy rides and whatnot.
Because it doesn't look particularly nice nowadays.
Oh, definitely not, no.
So that'd be fun to see and sort of, remake.
Mm-hmm.
So up next, this, I believe everyone who's played games has owned one of these consoles at one point, and that is PS2. I don't know a person that didn't own a PS2 when it came out.
Me.
Really?
Like, originally, like I said, I got a Gamecube.
Phony!
I got a PS2 probably about 2007.
Jesus.
So, yeah.
That's a bit late, isn't it?
I know.
Wow.
Like the PS2 generation just swept by me. Like my friends had PS2s, but
How
I
did
was
you
more...
cope at school when everyone were talking about PS2s?
Well, obviously the games came to other platforms like the
That's
PC
true.
and that, so I did eventually like get the games.
So how did you play my pick then, San Andreas?
I played that on the Xbox.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
San Andreas was amazing as a kid. I mean, we had Vice City and
GTA 3.
GTA 3, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But San Andreas was a whole new like beast. Where you've the mountain that you can explore, all the wilderness. You've got like the Bigfoot rumours and all that whatnot.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson in it as the
Samuel
cop.
L. Jackson were in it. You could get a jetpack and fly around. It was insane. This game as a kid. If you thought of something, you could do it pretty much in that game.
Yeah, and you could actually swim as well. That was the first GTA you could swim. Yeah.
It was like the ultimate sandbox of just do what you want, let your imagination run wild, and kill people, obviously, because those was GTA games.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at a point where I still don't think we should have had these games.
Oh no.
It was like, oh, look, guys, look what my dad bought me. Like, I got a GTA, I shouldn't have this. And they're all like, yeah, look, our dad's also bought us it.
Yeah.
And it was that thing, everyone had it, the dads bought them it, they shouldn't bought them it. Got torn off by the
Underage or
mums.
whatnot, yeah.
It were a solid game. It doesn't hold up, I don't think, as much today. Like, I played it on the Xbox 360 not so long ago. I don't think it holds up that well.
No. But you've
But
also
back
got
in
it
the
in
day-
GTA 5 now, and it's the same.
Well, that's the thing, yeah.
place.
It's like when you've got GTA 4, GTA 5, it's like, why would I go back to this?
Mm-hmm.
Although the map was, I swear it was much bigger. I think there's a whole island missing on GTA 5.
Is there? Alright.
I think so. But this game were amazing. Like, I don't think I ever finished it, but my words, just doing what I wanted, whenever I wanted, going where I wanted.
Back in the day when you used to have your piece of paper as well with all cheat codes on it.
At that end point, though, you were just memorising it. Just beep, 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 beep,
Yeah.
it was cheat codes, like, so many useless codes in my head.
Yeah.
So what is your PS2 game, then?
Now, like I said, I didn't get a PS2 till very late on. So, like, all those games I played on other platforms. So most of it, like, my pick is actually Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3.
Oh, yeah, I like this game as well.
Yep. I think it's the best one out of the Budokai games.
Wait, which one was the one where it was like a board game?
That's the second one.
That was the one I liked the most.
Yeah. This was the one, I believe it had the Super Saiyan 4 Goku on the cover. Could be wrong.
Did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it did. I just think this was a very good Dragon Ball Z game. Like, you could fly around, like, yeah, you could fly around, like, around the different islands and whatnot. And then you used to do the story missions.
Is that where it had the hub worlds?
Yeah, the little hubbles, like, you could go fly
Yeah.
and stuff, yeah. Like, I think you had, like, so many characters you could do. I think it was, like, Goku, Gohan, Piccolo. There was a few others, but I can't remember. Oh, Vegeta, of course.
And it was a 3D fighter. It wasn't like a 2D plane.
No, yeah, it was a 3D fighter, yeah. You could do, like, Kamehameha and stuff like that. It was
Yeah.
quite easy to pull off the moves as well. It wasn't too technical. That's what I liked about it as well.
Yeah, they always get that balance just right.
Yeah.
Like, it's never too like ridiculous.
And it just looked good graphically back then as well.
It did. Was it sort of cell shaded type?
Yeah.
Almost.
Mhm.
Which again always holds up. I bet it still looks fairly decent today.
I imagine so, yeah.
Because didn't they remaster it not too long ago?
Yeah, they remastered the first one and the third one on the PS3 and Xbox 360. Strange that they omitted the second one.
Yeah,
Don't
there
know
must
why.
be some rights issue there. Or I don't know. It's weird.
I think that one didn't review that well. Believe it or not, even though it's
Oh,
your
didn't it?
favourite one, but you know.
Yeah, but as a kid, you don't think of stuff like that, do you? You just remember.
No, you just play
yeah.
the games. You never, yeah.
So, the next console phase, the Game Boy Advance. I found this one quite difficult, to be honest. I don't think I had a Game Boy Advance because I can remember it, but I don't really remember too many games for the Game Boy Advance that I played.
I think most of mine was pretty much what I played because you could play your Game Boy and Game Boy Color games on the
I think
Game Boy
that's what I
Advance.
did a lot of the time.
So I just used to mainly play them on them.
I had like movie tie-ins, like to Spider-Man and Daredevil and stupid stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think that were a lot of it. I played a lot of dud games. 'cause
like
they were
movie
cheaper.
games. Yeah,
Yeah. Like, I remember buying the Incredibles game, finishing it in a day, taking it back to the same shop I bought it from, exchanging it with Sonic Advance 3, which was going to be my game. And then I remembered that on the 3DS, I played a little game called Minish Cap. The Legend of Zelda, I should say that is. It's a Zelda game. It's amazing.
The funny thing is about that game, it's made by Capcom.
Yeah. I believe Miyamoto was a director on it, though,
I think so.
which is really bizarre. I Now, the weird twist with this game is, because Zelda's all got a weird twist, you had this little hat that could talk to you. Very similar to Mario Odyssey, actually, now I thought about it.
Yeah.
And when you talk to this hat, it could make you go like really tiny, so you could go into like little tree logs and stuff and talk to these little villagers.
Yeah.
And so you had this balance between the big people and then the tiny people, and it was all sort of, about the like difficulties between the two.
Yeah.
And it was just, I mean, it's a Zelda game. What more can you say at this point? I think you know what to expect from a Zelda game.
Yeah, because when you went into a mini area, didn't it like zoom in as well? Like
it
had a
zooms
big
in,
pan.
so everything's like, you're tiny in these massive. So when you go in a log, it just looks like a massive like crater type thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it was definitely a lot of fun.
Very colourful game as well.
It is a very colourful game, and it also spawned the Four Swords Adventures, I believe.
That might have been before, because that's going to lead into.
Was that before and that came after it?
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, it was. Because I think Minish Cap came near the DS.
So I thought that were a lot of fun. So what would your Game Boy Advance game be?
Now mine is another Zelda game.
Okay.
Yep. But it's actually, this originally came out on the SNES. That's why I said early on that you'd have to wait and see.
Oh, you're cheating?
Yeah, I'm cheating, yeah. Because they actually did like Zelda Link to the Past and Four Swords like as a bundle together.
Oh, yeah.
But I never actually played Four Swords because you had to have like 4 copies of the game, and obviously you had 4 people to play it. So no one actually got the game, so I couldn't play that game, unfortunately. But just playing like Link to the Past on the go, like on a little handheld, so good. Like,
And it's the same game, isn't it? It's basically the exact same game.
Same game, but ported over to the Game Boy Advance.
So I don't think I've ever finished that game. That might be one of the few Zelda games I've never finished.
Yeah, you'll have to go up, if you ever get a SNES Classic, or if it comes to Switch Virtual Console, you can hopefully finish it.
Yep. Yeah, I think there's that one and Skyward Sword.
Yeah, on the Wii.
I think they're the only 2 I haven't finished.
And the Oracle games, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose the Oracle games.
Oh, they were Game Boy Color as well, actually.
Yeah.
Made by Capcom as well.
So, should we move on to the Xbox now?
Mm-hmm.
You had more experience with the Xbox, I believe. So what would your game be?
Yeah, because I think I got it in 05, I believe. It was either 05 or 06. When did King Kong come out?
For the 05, I think.
Yeah,
so you got that before your PlayStation 2?
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah, funny the launch games. Well, I got it for Christmas. I remember getting Halo 2, Forza Motorsport 1, and King Kong.
I used to love that King Kong game.
Yeah, really good, that game.
It probably wasn't.
Oh, no.
Probably just as a kid we remember it fondly.
Yeah, like if you went back to it now, it'd be like, I don't know, no, playing as King Kong was good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
Did you say Halo?
Yeah, my pick's going to be Halo 2.
Have I just spoiled that?
No, it's fine.
For some reason I thought you said it.
No. So this was actually my first Halo game. I didn't actually play the original till...
You didn't play the original?
No, not till afterwards. I think I picked up the original.
Garbage anyway. We played it, didn't we, recently when they re-released it? The first one. Absolute garbage.
Yeah, but that was on the Xbox 360, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously, just Halo 2, like, yeah, again, you could actually dual wield the weapons.
Did you like Halo 2 for the campaign or the multiplayer?
A bit of both. Because I remember,
okay.
the multiplayer was more of a school thing, because I remember at lunchtime you could go play multiplayer. Yeah. So, like, I used to play like that. Because I didn't have online back then, so, obviously Xbox Live, never had it.
It was a nightmare trying to get online.
Yeah, because you had to pay for it back then, but I never had like that, so it was all single player mainly.
Yeah.
Obviously multiplayer with friends, but like I said, mainly it was at school. But I did enjoy the campaign.
I don't think I've played Halo 2. I think that's the only Halo game I've never finished.
You played a little bit with me on the Xbox One.
Yeah, we've played a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
On
like
the Anniversary Edition.
Yeah, just playing like with the sword and stuff, like the Legendary Sword. Love that.
But yeah, I've never finished that game.
I love that game.
I think a lot of people love that game.
Yeah. Obviously more people probably say the multiplayer than the single player.
Yeah, that's why I asked that question.
Yeah.
I wanted to see where you were on that.
Because I think it ends with a cliffhanger, if I remember rightly, to Halo 3.
A mad cliffhanger. And then doesn't Halo 3 come out like almost 10 years later or something crazy like that? 8 years or whatever it is.
Yeah, because it was 2007, I think, Halo 3 came out.
Quite a long gap, wasn't it? So it was like, whoa.
Well, it was a generation gap as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. So my game is... I didn't play it on Xbox, but it was out on Xbox, and that's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Made by a small developer who you might know, called BioWare. They only went on to make Mass Effect after this game. Well, actually, they went on to make Knights of the Old Republic 2 after this game, but that's being nitpicky. If you like Star Wars and you like RPGs, you'll love this game. It was amazing. It's I don't really know how to explain it. It's a Star Wars RPG. What more do I need to explain? It's amazing. I'm hoping they make a third one eventually, because the first two are solid. Really good games. They have really cool stories, really cool, like, characters that you meet on your ship. It plays very similar to a Mass Effect game. You've got your companions, you go out on side missions, main quests, all this stuff. Obviously, you're working towards an end goal. And so it's got some really cool twists that you wouldn't expect, and it's a really great game. I'd definitely recommend if you can pick it up some point.
I believe it's on mobile. That's probably and PC
mobile,
on Steam. Yeah.
But I think the mobile version isn't too good. But it's
Right.
definitely it's on Steam. That's where I played it, and it's not too expensive.
But it won't be now.
So-
It'll be on sale at the moment.
I don't really know what to say about it really, other than it's a Star Wars RPG. It's kind of difficult to sum up, because in my head I hear that and I go, "Wow, it's going to be amazing." Maybe that's just me. It's
Anything Star Wars sounds amazing, really.
The gameplay is kind of, it's almost MMO-esque, where you've got your abilities, like press 1 to do this, press 2 to do that,
Right, okay.
and that sort of so it's a bit like that. So it's it's not a super involved gameplay, but it's definitely a fun thing if you like interacting with characters and building relationships with people and messing around in the Star Wars universe. So finally, we're on to the Nintendo Gamecube. What is your game for the Nintendo Gamecube?
It is Resident Evil 4.
Shall I tell you what my game is? It's
What?
also Resident Evil 4.
Yep. What was originally meant to be exclusive to the GameCube, and it wasn't meant to come out on any other platforms.
And then it's come out on every other platform.
Yep, even mobile.
That's not even a joke. It's literally on every platform, I think, except the Switch.
Yeah, how long's it going to be till it comes out on the Switch, though?
I know. You know what'll happen, though? Day one.
Yeah.
Day one purchase.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I've rebought this. Like, I think I literally have it on every platform it's come out on. That's how
I think
great
I've
it
only
is.
finished this game twice.
Right.
3 times, actually. But like you, I've bought it on a lot of things. I got it on the Wii, I got it on the PS2, I got it on the Xbox... the PlayStation. Oh yeah, I got it on the Xbox 360 as well.
Oh, there you go. You
Marvelous.
bought so many versions of it. You bought it on
Yep.
the PS4 as well, I believe.
Yeah, I've got it on the PS4. I've actually got the physical copy on the PS4.
Yeah.
It's an incredible game.
It certainly is.
It's weird, actually. I remember there were a time when I'd only ever seen my friend play it, and I never got to play it, and I was just sort of captivated by this game. It was so weird.
Yeah.
Because I'd never seen it from beginning to end.
Right, you
I'd
saw
jump
bits of
in
it.
He'd be fighting the village chief or something like that. I'd be like, what is happening right now?
Yeah. Obviously, this was a big shift in Resident Evil as well. Like, obviously,
It
it
was
went
actually,
from
yeah,
it's
yeah.
gone to third person.
And this game almost inspired many other games afterwards.
Yeah,
How many
like-
games now use the over-camera third-person action
Oh,
shot?
well, like
because of this
Gears of
game.
War and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a huge influence on a lot of games nowadays.
hmm
And it's immensely replayable.
Yeah, and you had a lot of side content as well.
You did. There was the bosses are pretty great on it. They're not the best bosses. The bosses are some of them are a bit nah.
Some of them are good though.
Some of them are great. Like, I like the village chief, like I said, and Krauser's pretty cool.
Oh, the final boss, yeah.
I don't like what's he called now?
Salazar?
The little dude, yeah. Salazar. Is that Salazar? The little dude.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like him. Oh yeah, Sadler's the main boss. Yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
Salazar that much.
hmm
And I think Sadler's a little bit easy.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's a really good game. It's the bit that obviously you remember the most is the village sequence at the beginning. Like, I don't know how many times I've played that village sequence.
Oh, it's so great, isn't it?
Just because I like that sequence alone.
Now the
Then with
question
the
is,
belt-
did you go up and get the shotgun?
Yes.
So you got the chainsaw guy, didn't you?
Yes.
Because the funny thing is, if you actually wait till afterwards and don't get the shotgun till after the bell, you actually don't get the chainsaw guy.
Guess what though? Every single time I get the shotgun.
Yeah, because you
'Cause
like the
I wanna
shotgun.
fight the chainsaw guy.
I wuss out and just don't do it. Yeah.
I think they even tried to replicate this in Resident Evil 5, where you have to wait for the helicopter to come in.
Yeah.
And I don't think they quite managed it.
And also, you've got the inner Brock Lesnar with the suplexes, what you could do on the game.
Yeah, that was pretty epic. First time you do a suplex, it's like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Why has that just happened? I want to play Resident Evil 4 right now.
Yep. Well, the good thing is it's literally on every platform, so you can
It
go
is.
play it right now if you want.
I'm actually looking at the box right now.
Yeah.
It's just one of those games. You hear the slightest thing about it, it's like, I want to play that game right now.
Yeah, the controls were on point. I still think the best version for controls would be the Wii version for the aiming.
Yeah. See, I didn't love that, but I get what you mean. It's almost like
I didn't like
keyboard,
yeah,
innit, where you insta point.
I didn't like the waggle, like when you had to run away from stuff.
Yeah,
and
from like the boulders and
QTEs.
stuff.
Yeah.
There's so many like weird little moments in that game. Like you got early on, there's a dog in a bear trap. It's like, why is that there? And you release it, and no, it happens for ages, and you're like, what? Why have I just done that? What's that gonna do? And you can just walk past it and like it's
Let
really weird.
it stay trapped and whatnot. Yeah.
Because I think like initially you'd see it and think, is that gonna attack me?
Yeah.
It's just weird little moments and like that you just, I don't know, just little tiny touches. The only thing I will say about that game is, other than the bosses, the Ashley segments are a little bit hit and miss.
You mean when you with Ashley or when you control
when you have
Ashley?
to play as a...
Oh, it's only a short little section though.
It is. It's not terrible, but it's like it's a bit frustrating. And obviously when they carry her off, it's a bit annoying. But that's part of the game. That's part of the main.
Like her voice
part
is
of
just
Leon's
like
struggle.
yeah. Like she's like, Leon, save me,
Yeah.
Leon.
You'll be sick of hearing that by the end of the game.
You will be. Just stick her in a bin and there you go. No,
I'm
you
gonna
can
ask
actually do that,
Go
but
on,
yeah.
sorry, go on.
No, I'm gonna say you
stick
can
her in a
actually.
bin?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
for
you
it
tell
to
us to
keep-
wait,
yeah.
don't you?
Yeah, I wasn't saying it like just to like get her away, like just like
throw
stick her in a
throw
bin.
her
Yeah.
I don't want you. Have it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you a question now. I'm going to throw this at you. Of all the games that we've mentioned today on this list, which one would you say to play right now, if anyone was to play one?
Oh, that is a hard question.
For me, it comes down to 3.
I'd probably say Resident Evil 4 would definitely be one.
Yep, that's one of my 3.
Yep. I would say Donkey Kong Country.
Okay.
Like platforming, obviously you can get that on the Virtual Console, on the Wii, Wii U, and 3DS.
Yep.
I'm not quite sure what my next one would be. Because I wouldn't say Super Mario 64.
So I'll go through mine.
Yeah, go through yours, yeah, and I'll try and...
So Resident Evil, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, I'll say that with you.
And Streets of Rage.
Yeah.
Those 3 games, just brilliant. Instantly replayable.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't require a mad amount of time.
No, it's just a good to jump
Resident
on.
Evil does.
Yeah, yeah, that's about like 10 hours, I'd say, 13 hours.
So that's the first selection of games we've picked. Next week, we're going to go DS, PSP, Xbox 360, PS3, Wii, 3DS, Vita, Wii U, PS4, Xbox One, and finally we're going to finish it off with the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
So up next, we've got a few questions. So we're just going to straight into that. The first one we've got from Jack Denton. Have either of you played any of the Worms games?
Now, I imagine like everyone's played Worms, surely.
They have. Can you remember any specific ones that you've played?
I think it was the original one on the PC.
Was it called Worms Armageddon, I think, the first one?
I don't know if it was the original one, but yeah, that comes to mind, like the one I'm playing, or played.
Yeah, I think the first one I played, I think I had that on PS1, actually.
Right.
But the one I remember most, I forget the title of it.
It's not Worms 3D, is it?
I think it was actually just called, Worms 3D. That's the one I remember the most. Because I think you could like build your own little buildings, couldn't you? Or was that Siege? Was that the one after that?
I couldn't tell you. Like I said, I zoned out on Worms on the original.
But yeah, they were just, if you had, 20 minutes and you had a mate round, they were just perfect to play.
Yeah.
I've not played any for quite some time. Like I don't think I've played them since PS2 era.
Yeah, same. Yeah, like I said, PC.
So the next question, I'm hoping this is a joke question, but I'm still going to answer it. This is from Jackamacca1. Why is Luigi Mansion such a banging game? Cause 1, it's Luigi. 2, they've stuck him in a haunted mansion. And 3, they've given him a Ghostbusters style vacuum cleaner. Sounds epic. Like, what more do you need to know?
Yeah.
Play it right now. I don't know if you have what to add to that. I suspect not.
Just great animations on the characters and stuff like that as well.
They're really solid animations, yeah. You can see every little emotion that Luigi's going through and every panic that he's having.
Yeah, when he's like scared and stuff like, you know, and calling for Mario.
So, the third question is from Johnny Moore. I believe I said it wrong last week. I apologise for that. Perkins, what is the best game that Platty has never played? And Platty, what is the best game that Perkins has never played? So I'm going to go first. You mentioned it earlier, actually. Metal Gear Solid 1. The game is perfection. Like, Kojima was ahead of his time when making that game.
Right.
The boss fights are unreal. The action is unreal. The fact that there's multiple endings, I didn't even realise. I remember watching it. I watched a friend play it, and he got one ending. And then when I played it and finally beat it, something totally different happened at the end. And it blew my mind. I was like, I didn't even know that were a thing in games.
Right.
But Kojima, I mean, what more do you need to know? It's Kojima.
Kojima, yeah.
It was ahead of his time. Like, the bosses are crazy. Like, I'm sure you've seen Psycho Mantis.
Is he the one with the sword and stuff, like with the red?
No,
that's
Grey Fox, the
Right,
invisible one.
okay.
That was a real cool fight.
Okay.
But Psycho Mantis is the one where he uses his psychic powers and he controls his controller. So you have to unplug your controller, plug it into the player 2 slot, and carry on playing. And he's like, "I'm gonna mind control you," and he's like, "Huh? I can't do it."
God, that is mental. Like just
It's
doing that
mad.
controller change.
It's proper mad.
Who would have thought of that, man? Well,
Exactly.
obviously Kojima, but I mean,
Exactly.
yeah,
There's so many little moments like that peppered through it.
yeah.
They even like in I think it's Metal Gear Solid 4. They go back to like the locations of the first game,
Right.
and on your you know, I forget what we call it now, your codec system, like you know, your walkie-talkie type thing.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
They actually make references to it, like, "Huh, it's time to change the disc now," and he goes, "Don't be silly, it's a Blu-ray now."
I think I've actually seen that Easter egg. Yeah.
It's so much, like, there's just so many little details peppered in these games. I definitely give it a shot if you've got any way of playing it. It's amazing.
I can't remember if I have actually bought it. I'll have to check my PSN just to see. Because if I have, I'll give it a shot because I have a Vita TV, so I can play it on there.
It's a real good game. It's a real good game. Some of the best bosses in games.
Right.
So what's my my game that I've got to play?
Now this is a hard one because you pretty much like played anything, like well everything. Yeah, pretty much.
All. Yeah, I pretty much play every single game that comes out.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can find some though.
Now I was thinking between because you never played Resident Evil 2, have you?
Nope, never played Resident Evil 2.
So I was thinking that actually, because obviously the remake is coming out like obviously sometime, so you can maybe play that.
Definitely pick up the remake. I don't have access to playing the original because I don't have PS3, PS2, PS1, whatever it is.
Yeah, or a Vita TV or a Vita.
Yeah. And for some reason they haven't added PS1 backwards compatibility yet to PS4.
Yeah, unfortunately. So
I don't know why they've not done that.
Like I said, a good game all round. You got like 4 scenarios to play, so it's quite a long game.
It's definitely one that I myself want to play.
Yeah.
Like if I could, I would play it.
Yeah.
But I find that the controls a bit of a headache as well.
Oh, with the what are they called? Tank controls.
Yeah, I like it on the the remake of the first game. They sort of changed them so it wasn't straight up tank controls. Which were a lot
see, that's what I think they'll do for the remake. They'll do like both. They have to do both versions. So if they don't, they'll be like people like me will get annoyed.
Yeah, they need to be as faithful as they can to the original crowd.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely looking forward to picking up when that remake comes out.
Yeah, so that'll be my recommendation to you.
Cool. So hopefully that's those 3 questions answered to a level which you're happy with. So finally, we're going to end it with a recommendation like we do. What's your recommendation this week, Ply?
Well, I'm going to say it's come out, well, today, as of recording, is Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy.
That's a very, very good recommendation. It's nostalgia factor is through the roof.
Yep. Well, even with that, though, it's a 3D platformer. It's like, you know,
it is.
good game.
It's a £30 game, so it's not even full retail price. You get 3 games on there. It's a really solid platformer. It ticks all the boxes. It's brilliant. So my recommendation is one I mentioned right at the very beginning, actually. It's Get Even. The story in this game is pretty good. Let's put it that way. It's better than pretty good. It's really good. I don't really want to get in too much into detail because it's kind
Spoilers.
of spoilery. It's a weird game. You need to, like... It's not the most exciting gameplay. It's sort of a stealth walking simulator type thing with a bit of gunplay.
Mm-hmm.
There is a really neat gun in, actually, where it's quite heavily focused in the story. It's a gun where you can look around corners and shoot round corners, which is pretty cool. Then you've got your phone, which has got, like, you've got your map on it. You've got an infrared, like a blue, not Bluetooth, what's it called? Like, you know, it's like a blue heat detection thing. And you've got to use all these different, like, gadgets on your phone to, like, do like detective work in the environment.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely worth a check out if you like sort of slow, methodical puzzle games type things. It's not like a Call of Duty. It's run and gun. So
and like you said, it's cheap as well at the minute on the sale.
It's cheap. Yeah, it's discounted
on Xbox. That is. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not necessarily sure I'd get it full price. If it goes on sale, then I'd recommend getting it.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to support developers who don't necessarily get a lot of recognition, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like this game, I didn't even notice it in the charts, this week.
But when did it come out? Last week, was it?
Last Friday.
Right, I think it came like in the 30s.
Did it? So,
yeah.
Okay. Which is a bit of a shame, but you kind of expect it, don't you?
But it got a month delayed, didn't it?
Yeah. So it didn't have a lot of advertisement as well.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully people get into it. It's definitely a good game. As is Crash Bandicoot. I'll be playing much more of that later on.
I definitely will be as well.
I'll have probably finished it by the time we upload this podcast.
Probably. Knowing you.
So that is the end of episode 3 of Game Focus. I'm Perkins. Here's Platty. See you next week.